Good evening, YouTube. Well, this is going to be a very short video, but I want to address something I was just exposed to. I don't know why, but I was somehow found myself on Miss Michelle Brown's live. And I caught her in a terrible lie, and something that she does often, which is why I don't like her. She was on her live, one of her callers suggesting that I had suggested someone do something to her. What was she saying? I was propagating violence against her or some. She brought up a video that I did a year and a half ago when I was trying to educate her dumbass to say that it didn't make a lot of sense to be down there at the Ivy wearing a Rolex and driving a Mercedes around all these people who self-identify as thugs, to be down there forcing yourself into their clique when you weren't invited. That's what I said to her then. And what I said to her yesterday or the day before yesterday or whatever is that it is dangerous to be out there talking the way she does, not suggesting violence against her. But I said you're exposing yourself to all kinds of shit. You in Atlanta, Georgia, that's one of the biggest collaborative of gay people in the United States, black gay people in the United States, right? So you got all kind of people there. What I was suggesting to her is that when she's coming on here and talking all this manly man hand and all these big hands and all these things against trans people, which she always seems to identify them as trans, she would never treat them like people. They've always got to be identified with the fact that they were born a man. This is something she chooses to do. So no, I don't want nobody to do anything to you. I'm simply trying to educate your dumb ass, because sometimes you're dealing with people who are homeless, people who live in the street, people who are extraordinarily violent because they've been brought up in a system where they have constantly have to fight for their life. And many of them literally do fight for their life when they're out there trying to turn tricks and survive. What I was suggesting to her was, it's not safe to be walking around and after you spewed all this hatred online, or stir it up, I should say. When you stir it up, and then you walk around like it ain't nothing, like it don't mean shit, like their feelings mean nothing. That's what I was saying to you, woman. But I resent, because I've heard about you already. Calling the police on people. Oh, I feel threatened. Oh, I'm a woman. Oh, I'm so helpless. All this bullshit. After you done stirred the goddamn shit up. Suggest that I am somehow kind of incite violence against anybody. Why? Because I mentioned the violence? Because I mentioned that something can happen to people who act stupid on the street? Woman, I'm a street person. We talk rough. I ain't got no desire to do nothing to your ugly ass, girl. But let me gather my words. As I said, this video is going to be short. This alien person, this person who is out of conscience. All I suggest to you is the same I would suggest to my 1-year-old child. Do not put your hand in that socket. Do not put your hand near the socket, near the electricity. It's dangerous. Don't do that. You could get burned. That's all I'm saying to her. What happens? You stick her goddamn finger right in the motherfucking socket. I'm a victim. Michelle Brown, I'm not getting into no beef with you. I'm not getting into shit with you. I see what you're up to, but I do want to address that specific thing. I am one of the least violent people you will ever meet. I ain't violent. I was a grown man before I even hit anybody. Well-deserved hit. I'm not violent. Don't even suggest that, dumbass. I don't know how else to educate somebody like you. Anyway, you're not my child, and I don't give a damn about you. I do give a damn about your homophobia and your transphobia. So that offends me. Now, I don't know what it's going to take to get you to understand that all the people who are saying negative things about you because of your attitude towards trans people, they're saying that from their heart. It is offensive. You can't accept it. You can't accept it. Oh no, why can't I talk about her big man hands? Okay, all I'm saying to you is, don't find out the hard way. Don't stick your hand in the socket, dumbass. Now you got me calling people bitches and things. I don't want to go there. Keep it short and sweet. Don't lie on me, woman. I assume that you're a woman. You said you're a woman. So this will be your topic for the next 2 days. I assume that you're telling the truth. I will ignore the stubble on your chin. That's something for you. You can bite off that for a couple of days. But seriously, I ain't suggesting shit happened to you. I'm just trying to tell you about what I know about street life. A lot of people live on the edge, is what I'm saying to you, woman. But blame me, blame the messenger. Instead of considering, maybe, perhaps, it is not necessary for me to always misgender those people. Why do I have to? What is it in me that I feel compelled? That I have to keep emphasizing that they were born male. What is it? What are you getting out of it? A lot of negativity, and people gonna come hard at you. I guess you don't give a damn about your name, because when you get people talking about you around the internet, and you got all this kind of shit, this hatred on you, they go deep. What I said was shit. It's like a feather duster. Why would you expose yourself to that? Are you that desperate to be views, to have views, to be relevant? Since the blog stopped, does that mean now that you're going to try to go full time on this, and you're ready to go and dig up all kinds of shit? And no one had dare better say a goddamn thing to you about it. No one can say to you, that is extremely offensive, woman. No one can tell you that. No one can tell you nothing. Hard head, soft ass. That's what I got to say to you, Michelle Brown. But girl, listen here. Don't push. Do not push. You said homophobic things, homophobic slurs, and I expressed to you how I felt about it. You can either accept it or whatever you want to do with it, but don't go fucking with me, woman. That ain't no threat. I'm just letting you know. Leave me the hell out your mouth.